What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be talking about how Thomas and Friends impacted my childhood. So, let's talk about this. Now, if you didn't know, today marks the 40th anniversary since Thomas and Friends came out in 1984. Well, the TV show, of course, not the Railway series, which, of course, dated back all the way in May 1945, which next year is the 80th anniversary of the Railway series, plus the whole franchise itself. But today is, of course, the 40th anniversary since the show came out, which it's still going strong with, of course, All Engines Go, which is, of course, a sequel show to Thomas and Friends. And today I want to share some memories of how the show impacted my childhood. So without further ado, let's talk about them. Now, during the age of 1, I got my first ever Thomas item ever, which was, of course, the 2012 Thomas and Friends Trackmaster Colin in the Party Surprise Set. Now, I fondly remember this as a kid, playing with this, of course, with Colin and having my first ever Thomas Trackmaster, until I started to, of course, grow with Thomas by watching, of course, the show, thanks to my parents by buying some DVDs. Now, the first ever DVD I ever gotten was James Learns a Lesson, the Lionsgate version from 2009, I believe. I remember watching that as a kid, watching season 1 for the first time, learning all the characters and stuff, and the whole, of course, show as a whole. And then once I became like the age of 5 and 6, I started to watch Thomas and Friends, which at the time was I watched a lot of the CGI episodes from season 13 to, of course, season 15. So I would, of course, watch that, but I, of course, watched the older seasons, so the classic seasons and the hit seasons as well. And I mostly buy a lot of DVDs to, of course, rewatch them and have memories with them. Which till this day, I still own a couple, some DVDs I had as a kid. Also, I would usually watch the hit collection episode, Animal Tales, Here Comes Spring, Snow Day, those CVDs where they have a bunch of hit characters like Barney, Bob the Builder, Fifi, Fireman Sam, and of course Thomas, which I mostly buy those DVDs to watch Thomas, but also to watch, Barney episodes, Bob the Builder episodes, etc. Then, when the time came in 2014, I started to collect Take and Play and a lot of Trackmaster, mostly Trackmaster, and Wooden Railway, which I only bought like a few Wooden Railway sets. Take and Play, same with Wooden Railway, but I got a few more. Trackmaster, on the other hand, man, I got plenty. And I remember when they, of course, announced that they would, of course, introduce Thomas and Friends Trackmaster Revolution. I got pretty pumped, and I bought a lot of Trackmaster Revolution sets in 2014. I, of course, got some of the characters. I got Gordon's Hill. I, of course, got a bunch of, playsets over the times up till around 2017, where I, of course, stopped watching the show up till season 21 before, of course, things go to disaster for the whole franchise. So it's been like a couple years since I haven't watched the show since 2017. And then recently, about like 4 years ago, I started rewatching the show because I had fond memories of watching them. And being a Thomas kid was honestly one of the best things I ever have in my childhood. Now it's, of course, 2024, and yeah, it's been a wild ride of how my childhood was, of course, impacted by Thomas and Friends. And I thank you enough for, of course, Thomas himself for, of course, helping me throughout my childhood for basically everything. But yeah, that's how Thomas and Friends, of course, impacted my childhood. Comment down below on how Thomas impacted your childhood in the comments down below. But until then, happy 40th anniversary to the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications whenever I post a brand new video. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!